What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got part 3 of this huge epic coin collection that I bought. I'm still finalising actually buying some of it. Everything you've seen so far and today, I own it all now. That's all done and dusted, but there's still a few more bits to sort out and finalise, but we'll get there in the end and I'll show you all of it. And we're probably going to end up with maybe 6 episodes on this series altogether, so this will be the halfway point after this. Part 4 is going to have to be world coins as well, because I was working this video out and it's just so much. So as well as today's world coins and the part 2, part 4 is going to be world coins as well. Let's get on with it and stop waffling on and get into the coins. That's what we're all here for. First up, we've got an Isle of Man cartwheel penny from 1798. Not the greatest condition, but not a coin that I had, so very glad to add it to the collection. Looks like I've got some moisture between the coin and the flip there. That's not ideal, is it? But yeah, there we go, cartwheel penny from the Isle of Man. And then we move on to Jersey. Some lovely, lovely coins here. First up, we've got 1/26 of a shilling. Of course, in the flips, we've discovered it's not the greatest for viewing on the camera, so the rest of the episodes after today, none of that stuff is flipped, and I won't flip any of it until I show you guys. So, but here we go, 1870 Queen Victoria there, of course. 1/26 of a shilling. Mintage figure of just 160,000. Less of those exist than the Kew Gardens. We'll put it that way up. That way it stays in the same order. Help me not to get confused. Next up, Jersey again, 1877. And this is 1/12 of a shilling. Again, of course, Queen Victoria in lovely condition. And a mintage of just 240,000. Lovely low mintage coins on these old territories. And not in bad condition either, is it? Getting a bit more modern now, 1937. But another low mintage, just 204,000 minted of this George VI. 1/12 of a shilling, which is a penny essentially. And then we have a 1/4 of a shilling. So a threepenny bit, but it's circular. Very interesting. Queen Elizabeth. And 2 million minted on this one. A bit higher. And then this is a much more modern one, 1971, but just in stunning condition. 1 new penny, Queen Elizabeth II, so that had to go in a flip as well. There's loads more coins from all of these countries from that collection as well. I just cannot show you it all, so I've picked out the best stuff to show you from each country. And the rest will all go into my collection. Now we've got this set of Libyan coins, which some of these I do already have, but these were all in stunning condition. So they've all been flipped and we'll replace the ones that we've got in the collection. Now we've got 20 dirhams. And then a scalloped one. 50 dirhams. I'm feeling a bit out of touch with world coins. We need to get back on the world coin hunts. And 100 dirhams. All from 1975 in lovely condition. Okay, next up, Luxembourg. We have a 10 centimes from 1870. Mintage of just 1,313,000. Not in the greatest condition, but certainly not a coin I had. Can be very tricky to get your hands on these Luxembourg coins. Obviously quite a small nation. And then another one which I just quite like the look of, so I thought I'd show you. As I said, there was loads of fairly modern Luxembourg stuff there, which is all going into the collection. This one of 5 francs, 1962. Charlotte, the Grand Duchess. And then next up we've got what is essentially, well, it is modern day Malaysia. So we've got a couple of Malaya named ones there, but then we've got some much older stuff here from the Strait settlements. And this, I think, is one of my favourite coins of the whole lot. Absolutely stunning. 1845 half cent. The East India Company. Queen Victoria there, in stunning condition. I think this might be worth a fair amount. I'm not too sure. So any advice is welcome. I think it's in a lovely grade. And it even seems to me like there's a die rotation on it. I mean, that's lined up pretty nicely, isn't it? And then you turn it over and she's a bit off kilter. Surely she should be a bit more like that. So a slight die rotation on it as well. As being a lovely, lovely condition. Low mintage old coin. Didn't have the mintage figure written down here actually. I'm not sure if it's one we couldn't find, but they're pretty hard to come by, especially in that condition. Now here's one in not such great shape. Again, well, this is a 1 cent from 1901, and someone's even inscribed a K onto Queen Victoria's face there, so not ideal, but a coin we didn't have, so it will go in the collection for now. A couple of 5 centimes, or 5 cents, sorry, not 5 centimes. Both 60% silver, 1910 and 1935. Of course, Edward VII, George V. Not in bad condition for little coins like that, which probably circulated. Lovely stuff. And then a couple of 10 cents as well. There we go, and these are 40% the 1919 one and 60% silver the 1926 one, so presumably using less silver content. 1919, just after the end of the First World War presumably, so using a little bit less silver, but lovely coins. Okay, let's keep rolling on to Malaya. So again, straight settlements, Malaya, Malaysia, one and the same, I believe. And this is in lovely, lovely condition. Of course, quite an obscure shape for a coin as well. A 1943 1 cent with George VI on the obverse there, King, Emperor. Lovely, lovely condition. And then a more modern 10 cents as well, 1948. George VI again, pulled it out to show you because it was in quite nice shape for the age of the coin, 1948. Okay, next up we have Mexico. And this is pretty nice, not a coin that we had, an 1876 25 centavos. And you see on the right there it says 902.7. And I think that's the silver content, so it's 90.27% silver, 25 centavos from 1876. And yeah, just after 25 centavos, you've got the Z there, and I think that it'll be an S, I think, because the only mint mark with a Z is a ZS, which means it was minted in Zacatecas. Lovely stuff, 1876. And then we've got 4 different dates of these. 1 peso. This one's a 1958. We've got from 58 to 66, 4 different dates. And these have got just 10% silver in them, which is a rather interesting amount of silver, but lovely coins to get your hands on nonetheless. 4 different dates of those. Pretty cool. Okay, where are we going off to next? It is the Netherlands. And we have a couple of 1 cents. Not in the greatest condition. One on the right, a bit nicer. 1880 and 1904. And we have an 1860, which unfortunately is suffering from a bit of greenery there. but it's not a coin we have, so we'll certainly keep it for now. Again, 1 cent. Now this is lovely, a nice little bit of silver here, 25 cents from 1941. Lovely bit of toning on it as well, and it's in lovely condition. Can you say lovely any more times in one sentence? Lovely. 64% silver, nice portrait on it as well. Smashing coin. And some more silver, 72% silver, 1 guilder from 1931. That same portrait, not quite as nice condition. Still nice to go into the collection, even so. And then a couple more, slightly more modern. This one actually isn't more modern, this is older, but it's just a 5 centimes or 5 cents from 1929. Can you spot the date on it? Takes you a second if you're not sure where it is and you haven't seen it before. But again, an interesting shape. 5 Dutch cents. And then this one, which is slightly more modern, 1948, which isn't that modern, obviously. And just a lovely luster and condition on it. 5 cents. Gorgeous. Okay, let's keep cracking. We have now the Netherlands Indies, the Dutch East Indies, which is Indonesia, modern day. And this is a really bent up, just about see it, 1 Duit from 1793. It is a shame it's bent like this. Maybe it can be straightened, I'm not sure, but I think they're fairly common anyway, but something I didn't have. And then a couple of 1 cents as well from the Dutch Indies, 1857, and this one's turned in the flip a bit, 1902. Lovely jubbly. Okay, where to now? It is Norway. And again, probably one of my favourite coins of this video, an 1809 4 skilling. 2.2 odd million mintage. Just 25% silver. But a pretty cool coin. And then we have a 1 ore. Actually, we have a couple of these. One from 1876 and one from 1897. One ore, 8 million minted and 3 million minted respectively. And we have a 2 ore, just 1.7 million minted of these in 1876. Do like that emblem. And then a much more common, there's the postman, a much more common 1958 5 ore with the Eurasian elk there. Just a great coin, isn't it? We'll have an animal on a coin. Stern man there in the portrait as well. Is it Olaf V? I'm not sure. Yes, I think so. Olaf V. Next up, we've got 3 Ottoman coins. They're all pretty similar, apart from the date. They're all 40 para. That backwards kind of 3 looking numeral is a 4, and then the dot is a 0. And then on the other side, we of course have the Tugla, which is the symbol of the Sultan, and this is the 31st Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. And you can see here, I think this is the number of years of that Sultan's rule, and that's how you date the coin. And the 31st Sultan was Abdul Majid I. So yeah, pretty cool. 1856, 1857 and 1859. Not something I had, again, so great to add to the collection. Okay, we're on to Russia. We have a few silver, or 50% silver, 5 kopecks. Pretty nice. 1884, 1899 and 1910. So cool. Just so many cool coins throughout this collection. I'm just still overwhelmed with it all, really. But it's great to add it all to my collection. Bump these across. Oh no, we're making a mess here now. Right, leave it. We'll sort it out after. Let's keep going. So we have, well, half of a kopeck. And then we had loads of different dates, well, not loads, but a few different dates of all of these. This is a 1 kopeck, 1869. And then we've got a 2 there, 1870. And then a 5, also from 1870. And then an older 1858 Alexander II. 2 kopeck, is it, or 1? Not sure. 1, I think. It just says kopeck. There we go. There's Russia. On to Spain. Again, one of my favourites of the whole collection. Lovely, lovely coin in 1876. Alfonso XII. 1 peseta. Lovely toning on it, especially on the reverse here. 83% silver. And then we have Alfonso XII again, facing the other way, interestingly. 1877. 5 centimos. Excellent stuff. And then we have a 2, a 5 and a 10 from 1870. All very similar designs, just with different denominations. And then a fairly modern, although it's not really modern, 1934, but in lovely condition. And certainly worth a few quid in this condition. I imagine they were mostly quite heavily circulated. 25 centimos from 1934. Not silver, just cupra nickel, but lovely condition. Okay, we're down to 3 more countries for this episode. First up, we've got Sweden. And again, probably one of my favourites of the whole collection, this. And this is from a set of emergency coinage during a period of economic crisis, and was actually made underweight at the time. And just 300,000 of this design minted. There is a series of designs, and this depicts, just about see it at the top there, it says Jupiter with the eagle there. And it's 1718, and as I said, just 300,000 mintage of this design. $1. So a lovely coin to add to the collection. Shame it's not in slightly better condition, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. Awesome stuff. And then we have an 1832 1/8, I think is a Riksdaler. And on the obverse on this one, quite an interesting portrait that I hadn't seen before until I got this coin. Carl XIV, King of Sweden, Norway, the Goths and the Wends. Lovely stuff. Again, shame it's not in slightly better condition, but it's not bad, is it, for a coin of that age. This one's going to be tricky to see. And it's a 10 ore. And it is in lovely condition, but it's just some very interesting toning all over it. Dark, dark toning, making it very, very hard to see. Just about maybe make out this chap. I'll try and zoom in a little. That was a mistake. That's a bit better. There we go, 10 ore, Carl the 15th. Just 1.1 million minted of these tiny little coins. You can see the date on it now, 1871, 75% silver. Then we have a hold 10 ore, bit of a hole in it, bit of a shame. But a coin we don't have, so we'll keep it for now, 1899. Then we have a 1 ore from 1914, and this is a variant with the closed 4, with the 4 meets at the top. And then we have another lovely little bit of silver, 1 krona, 40% silver, 1953, and not in bad condition at all either, is it? It says Gustav VI. Excellent. Okay, 2 more countries. Thanks for sticking with me. Can we zoom back out? We have Switzerland now, and this is a 10 Rappen, and not a design I'd seen before because they kept the other design for so long, and the one they still use now has been in use for a long time, but this was before that. Lovely coin. 4.5 million minted, just 10% silver though, like those Mexican coins earlier on. And then we have designs which we're probably a bit more familiar with, and these are all silver ones, 83.5% silver, 0.835, a half franc, a franc, a 2 franc, and a 5 franc. There was a few 1 and 2 francs in there, I think, but I thought I'd bring one of each denomination to show you guys. And I particularly like the toning on this 2 francs, absolutely beautiful. Stunning, isn't it? And then the 5 francs with an interesting design as well. That one from 1933. Awesome Swiss coins. We love a Swiss coin, so they will go into the collection, of course. And now, last country for this episode. You'll notice we have gone through kind of alphabetically, but this is all countries where I had more than 2 or 3 coins. And episode number 4 for this collection will be coins, countries where we've only got 1 or 2 coins perhaps from that country. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, there's some great stuff to get into, but let's have a quick look through these American coins. There was much more than this, but again, I've tried to bring maybe a couple of examples of each. We've got a 1962 Franklin half, 90% silver. Some Kennedy halves as well, 1964. Presumably these are different mint marks. And a 1965, a 1967 as well. 64s are 90% silver, and the 65, 67, 68 are all 40% silver, but lovely coins. Some of these I may already have, so we'll see which ones are better, and then the rest will move on. A couple of silver quarters, 1940 and 1964, 90% silver. Not bad condition on the 64 either. 40 is a little bit worn. Then we have a Buffalo nickel, something I didn't own, so I'm glad to own one. Unfortunately, you can't see the date on it, and these are really well renowned for that. Cannot make it out at all. 5 cents there. Not silver, but lovely stuff. And then there's this, what they call a war nickel, 1943, 35% silver. Not in the greatest condition at all. But yeah, for some reason, made of silver, with a percentage of silver during wartime there. And then we have this, which isn't silver, 1962. I just thought this had an interesting, is it a delamination error here? A die crack? Let me know what you think. Then a couple of Roosevelt dimes, silver, 1962 and 64. 90% silver again, of course. Lovely, not something I had in the collection. And to finish it off, a steel 1 cent from 1943, which isn't anything spectacular in terms of value, but again, it's something I didn't have in my collection, so very pleased to get this wheat steel cent into my collection. Okay, that's a lot today. I know there was a lot there. Thanks for sticking with me if you watched it all. This is part 3. If you've not seen part 1 and 2 and you enjoyed this, definitely go and check those out as well. And if you've seen all 3 and you enjoyed them all, stay tuned for part 4 soon. Drop us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, maybe pick out a couple of favourites. I'd love to know what you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, of course. Drop that thumbs up. Really, really helps. Smash the thumbs up. Thanks a lot. See you later. Have a good day.